Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene was smacked down by a Republican chairman for refusing to call Dr. Anthony Fauci a doctor.
Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor. You're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci,
objection.
I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady will suspend.
Mr. Chairman,
Point of order.
just in terms of the rules of decorum, are we allowed to deny that a doctor is a doctor just because we don't want him to be a doctor?
Yes, because in my time, that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked, and he belongs in
Gentlelady will
prison.
suspend.
Funny enough, right after that, one Democrat had asked, is this what we have become? Is this what we have devolved into? No decorum. Yes, that's exactly what has happened. Thanks to people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay, I don't want to call him a doctor. I'm not going to. I'm not going to call him a doctor. Why? He's a doctor. That's literally his title, whether you like it or not, and whether you like him or not, he is technically a doctor. I don't like that Marjorie Taylor Greene is a congresswoman, but if I had to testify in front of Congress with her in the hearing, I would have to address her as congresswoman or gentlelady or whatever. I don't have to like it, but there are rules for a reason, and one of the reasons is that so the two sides don't end up punching each other in the face. Pretty simple, right? But what do you expect from Marjorie Greene, who has an issue with words? She has an issue with titles. She even has a, I should say, she's not really, she doesn't know how to use pronouns, okay? And so there is more video, though, of Republican Chair Brad Wenstrup shutting her down.
So that's completely unacceptable to be to deny Dr. Fauci, who's here, a respected member of the medical community, his title, and that's actually a personal attack on his character.
And I have instructed her.
He's not respected.
And I've instructed her to address him as a doctor.
I'm not
Gentlelady
addressing
shall
him as
continue.
doctor.
She should take. We should have to take her words down.
Yeah, I made it. I offered that her words be taken down, Mr. Chair.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a point of order.
Mr.
Because
Griffin
they
is
accused us
Mr.
of
Griffin is
worshiping
Gentlelady
President Trump. We don't
Gentlelady-
worship President Trump.
Gentlelady will suspend. I agree. The chair overrules the point of order by the gentleman from Maryland, but ask that members please afford all other members the respect they're entitled, refrain from using rhetoric that could be construed as an attack on the motives or character of another member or the witness. You may proceed.
Right after that, by the way, she then said, "You belong in prison, Dr. Fauci." Well, I mean, no points. No points for effort on that one. Okay, so here's the thing. The right wing hauls in Dr. Fauci and then grills him about conspiracy theories, okay? And mainly, of course, from Marjorie Taylor Greene, people like her. For example, a supposed CIA meeting where Fauci allegedly instructed them to allow COVID to rampage through the country for whatever reason. I can't think of a reason why that would be a good thing. It's actually a bad thing. Or the idea that Fauci had lied about vaccines stopping the spread of the virus. So here's the thing. The fact is, if you're vaccinated, you're less likely to become severely ill, hospitalized, or die. That's been proven, okay? So now, Fauci told the committee that in the beginning, the first iteration of the vaccines had a little bit of an effect of reducing transmission. He said it's not 100%, not even a high effect, but they did prevent infection and subsequently, obviously, transmission. However, it's important to point out, something that we did not know early on that became evident as the months went by, is that the durability of protection against infection and hence transmission was relatively limited, whereas the duration of protection against severe disease, hospitalization, and deaths was more prolonged. We did not know that in the beginning. So, look, I think that this is, that's important to note, right? Because, look, COVID-19 was new. It was something that we hadn't seen before, right? There's a lot of people that didn't understand that, didn't understand, how it was transmitted and how much protection the vaccines afforded and how long did it last, until there was a chance to actually study it. That's the thing about science and medicine. It's not going to have all the answers right away, okay? You're going to have to take the time to actually study things, to study how it works, and that involves long tables and control groups and things like that. Getting a wrong answer is actually part of the process. It's a normal part of the process. Why is that? Because when you get a wrong answer, well, it basically closes that off as, well, that's not the right avenue to go down. So now we know what it isn't, or what it doesn't do, or what the wrong answer is, so that we can get on the road of getting the right answer. And we can ask better questions. Because again, science isn't just about answers. It is about asking better questions. Better questions can actually get you to better answers. If you're in uncharted territory, as the medical profession was during COVID-19, then you're going to get some things wrong, and that's the reality. You're going to learn things. Some things are more effective. Some things were less effective than we believed, and that's it. But when it comes down to it, and this is what's important, right? Vaccines saved millions of lives. Okay, the people who remain unvaccinated, according to a recent study, were actually responsible for at least 200,000 to 300,000 unnecessary deaths just in the United States. Okay? So the people running around, the pure-bloodeds, right? Which are not, by the way. There's no such thing. Are running around getting people sick and dying. That's what happened during COVID. So the reality is, again, you look at millions of people saved from the vaccine, okay, and even prevented from getting seriously injured, right, seriously ill from COVID-19, which again, it doesn't kill everybody, but sometimes, it left a lot of people with things like long COVID that they're still dealing with today, the symptoms, the results of. You have the millions of people that were saved, and you compare that to the hundreds of thousands of people who died because they refused to do a vaccine, thanks to the right wing, thanks to misinformation mongers like Marjorie Taylor Greene. So, look, at the end of the day, she can complain as much as she wants about this and haul Fauci into as many hearings as they want. Had the country listened to her and people like her, we would have a lot more dead. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.